Yeah, quick turnaround obviously from last night, Michael. How were the boys when they came in this morning? How have they reacted to it?
Yeah. The boys are okay. Considering I think positive in many ways from what I said about what we went into the game trying to do and how we feel that we've done that for the large majority of the game, and so we took a lot from that. Physically, it was a good game. It was a tough game. The boys worked really hard and gave what they had. So. Naturally, there's the recovery day today and freshen up ready for the weekend.
Yeah, and that quick turnaround in one sense is good because when you've had a bad result, it gives you a chance to quickly, kind of right it if that's the right way. But obviously, with options as they are at the minute, with injuries as they are, you maybe could have done with a little break.
Yeah, no, it is what it is. I think the way the boys live their lives and look after themselves and in the condition that they're in terms of playing games as we are, I think it's certainly doable. It's as long as we do the right things in between games to rest and recover, and the boys are used to it effectively, really. So of course we'd prefer to have a full squad to choose from in terms of mixing it around and adapting and being flexible from game to game. But really, it comes down to it. The lads are fine playing every 2-3 days. That's no problem at all.
Yeah, Swansea are the opposition. What have you made of them this season? The challenge for the boys this weekend.
Yeah, good team. It's been a funny week in some ways of playing. Ipswich, Hull, Swansea, very similar to ourselves and kind of principles and style of play really. And so we've ended up finding ourselves kind of watching a lot of each other's games to this week. They're a good team. Obviously, they as I said, similar styles. They're a good team. They can have really good spells and get some really good results and be really dangerous at times. So we need to. And I know that the kind of manager situation for who it is can sometimes help, can sometimes hinder. We've seen that vary really in that situation. I think all we can do is prepare for the best version of them, and like we will do, and we'll expect that, and we'll be ready to be at our best as well.
I know the focus will naturally be more on yourselves, but in that bit of focus that you do on the opposition, does the uncertainty around the manager situation impact that at all?
Not particularly, no. Not particularly. I think we're always aware of what they have done, what they could possibly do. You never know 100%. It's always a little bit of calculated guessing game in that respect, and. So yeah, we'll kind of assess it, make the best of it, and again probably, for certain, just we've got to expect them to be at the best. That's what we'll go down there, and it'll be another good challenge for us and another chance for us to put in a good performance and get a good result.
And on the subject of injuries and availability, have the players who played last night come through okay?
It seems like it. Yeah, it's still fresh, still early, but not nothing. Major to report, which is positive. Which is positive. The more we can keep fit, the better.
Yeah, and I know we asked about Hayden the other day, so we know he's getting there. On Riley, I know you spoke about him recently.
He's a little bit further. He's going to start training with us pretty soon, Riley. But he's been out for a period of time now as well. So again, it's a right balance with the injured boys in terms of. We'd love them back. We love them back as soon as possible. But in reality, it's a long season. We got to look after that for a period of time, and we need to get them back when they're ready to come back. So it's as much as we're pushing, we're doing absolutely everything to get them back. We got to be sensible, and we got to be balanced with our views on that. So. I'm hopeful to get one or two back over the next week or two. We'll just have to see how it goes.
Yeah, we haven't asked about Marcus for a little while. Is he much further behind Riley?
He's a little bit further, Marcus. Yeah, so he'll be a little bit further than Riley.
Right. Yeah, and in that, I mean, like you say, you've got to focus on the players who are available. Of course, you have, but it would be just nice, wouldn't it, to have some more boys back? Because, like you say, it gives you those options. It gives you the potential to change things in game to game.
Yeah, of course, it would be nice because the boys are good players, and having said that, the boys that are in the squad, they're good players as well, and I've said that. It's that's the difficulty in some ways when you're talking about the injured players. It almost feels like the injured players are missing, so it's kind of your weakened team. But it's for me, it's certainly not the weakened team or weakened individuals. It's more of the chopping and changing really. That is probably affected us a little bit more in terms of finding our rhythm and connections, and that I've spoke about the last couple of weeks. So individually, we're good. And collectively as a team, we're good. Yeah, options in terms of variety, that's limited a little bit, but certainly make the best of it, as I keep telling you.
Yeah, sorry, just last one I forgot. Josh, how is he? Is he?
Yeah, he's been feeling. I've said he's been feeling it for a little bit, Josh, over a period of time, and again, it's another one where I suppose we got a duty, but actually he's a younger player. He's played a lot of football, and we got to be careful. We got to look after him. So if there is the issue there, he's had a little problem with his groins and kind of pelvis really. So we got to manage that, and hopefully we get him back pretty soon.
Yeah, and I mean, the one thing from that, as you say, it does create opportunities, and some of the youngsters are benefiting from that, even just getting in the squad, that's big for their experience. You've spoken about how much you enjoy that, and of course, the under-21s are doing very well. There was another good result for them on Monday night at Crystal Palace. I mean, how positive is that for, kind of the wider club, the future, etc., that to see the under-21s doing as well as they are?
Yeah, it's really good. I think it's for every kind of little setback or a bit of negativity in terms of missing players, injury or suspension or whatever, there's always the positive side in every cloud of a young player getting the opportunity, whether that's training, whether that's being on the bench, whether that's just travelling with a group and getting the experience. It's that next step for those boys, and that's part of it that I really enjoy seeing them go through that. Yeah, of course we want to try and get them on the pitch over a period of time, but the experience that some of the boys are getting now that they might not have got will certainly help them and benefit them, whether it's soon because it soon escalates and they get another chance, or whether it's maybe a little bit further down the line. Again, that's exactly why they're here, and that's exactly what the club's built for, to give the younger players a chance.
And when it comes to that, obviously you like to get them involved in training and things like that. When they are training with the first team, are there any things in particular that you're kind of looking for when you're judging whether they might be ready to, kind of step in and actually be part of the squad?
Yeah, there's a lot. I think your natural eye tells you an awful lot as well, and how they fit in, how they settle. Sometimes it can be the comfort in terms of, do they look like they can play and they can be part of the first team group in terms of personality and character, and taking on that expectation a little bit. We've had a good training session here this morning with quite a number of the younger players, and it's great to see, and it's great for them to train with the squad and see what the standard is really. So of course, listen, talent is a big thing. No, you've got to be able to cope for sure. But as well as that, it's the attitude and how you kind of behave and look after yourself and in and around the group is very important as well.
Yeah. Is it easy to judge? Because I know you spoke with some of the young boys about that protection element as well, because of their age, etc. I mean, is it easy to judge when a young boy's ready and when he's not?
I don't think it's particularly easy. I think it's sometimes you can have a player who looks they're nailed, and I'm not speaking about players now. I'm kind of as in general, you can, and I've seen it. You can have younger players who are coming through the system, and everyone thinks that's the next best player who's going to be in the first team, and until you actually get that chance in training with the first team or making that step and actually getting on the pitch, in terms of how you handle it, the talent's fantastic, the ability's fantastic to have, but you got to be able to handle it, and you got to be able to cope when you're in that situation. So sometimes you never really know, and it can be the other way, ones that you're not sure about or you don't really think, sooner they get the opportunity for whatever reason, and then boom, they kind of take it on and jump to a next level. So that's part of the challenge of us, to judge that and pick who's ready at what stage and can they make the next step, and to be fair to them as well, because they need to be ready. We can't put them in before that, because that wouldn't do them justice as well. So that's part of the challenge.
I know you don't look at the table too much, but with all of the context of what's happening at the moment, is it a positive sign that you are staying within touching distance of those areas of the table that you want to be in?
Yeah, of course. I'm realistic. I understand where we are. I know I don't particularly look at the league table every day or every other day particularly, but I think we know where we are, and we know what the biggest thing for me. We know what we expect of ourselves and the standards we've set. So if we don't quite hit them for whatever reason, then we get a little bit frustrated, we get disappointed, but then actually we get fire in us to then think, come on, let's do something about it. So I'm realistic, understand that there's plenty of work to do, of course there is, but it's all to play for, and how many amount of points at this stage, history proves that it's what happens next in over Christmas and after Christmas, and that shapes your season really. So that's what's in front of us, and that's our period of time now over the next few games to push for that, to get more points, and then after Christmas then push on again and see where that takes us.
Yeah, and good runs obviously help, particularly in this league, and you've
yeah, it's nice if they come along.
You did win 6 in a row not so long ago, so there is that evidence there that this squad is capable of doing that. Oh
yeah, for sure, and that's the belief we take, and in performances and within games really, and some of the results we've had, and we leave and we think, and how's that happened, and then funny enough, some of our wins have come from performances where we might be frustrated with the performance, but everyone tells us how well we've played and what a great game, and I'm going on thinking actually it wasn't as good as we've played, and so there's always the balance between performances and results, but ultimately in the end points is important, but I think you've got to have a level of performance to be able to sustain the points over a full season. So yeah, we're all striving for that run of wins, of course, and if you do get it, you get up the table, and that's what we're looking to do.